Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. Dirty glasses on, so also rearview mirror.
I'm Dash, aka Dash MD, aka the real king of R&B, and it's Friday. Woo! Yeah,
For all those Friday lovers.
I don't love Fridays.
Me either. But you know what I did love?
What's that?
The magazine Dreams trailer.
Mm.
The magazine Dreams trailer finally came out.
Jonathan Majors, don't call it a comeback.
Right. And so for those who may not know or may not remember, Magazine Dreams was actually a film he recorded prior to his lawsuit or lawsuits, and he was supposed to be starring in it, and it was supposed to be coming out around that time. They held it to see what was going to happen with his cases,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously everybody knows what happened there. When he lost all his deals, there were problems, but various companies have changed hands. Excuse me, the film has changed hands to various companies and is finally having a theatrical release. We spoke about that a while ago, but we were finally able to see the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what'd you think?
I think the trailer looks great. I mean, it looks like he really prepared for this role, like his body and everything. It's a movie about a bodybuilder, so he looks the part. Um, I think Jonathan Majors is a really talented actor. So I don't expect a subpar performance. Even just looking at the trailer, you could tell he's very into the role, which I think is what makes him such an interesting actor. I feel like he really kind of gets
Mm,
into his characters. Um,
sorry.
it's okay. Let it out. Um, I feel like he really gets into his characters, and the roles that he plays are usually, I don't know, they're not. I don't want to bring anybody else's name into the mix, so I won't do that. But there are certain actors who take roles that are very reminiscent of who you see when they're not in character. I think the difference between that type of actor and an actor like Jonathan Majors is it's almost like he's looking for the roles where he can be outside of himself.
Yeah.
So I feel like every role he plays is very different from the last. Um, the characters are very different from one another. So I like that. I think he's really good at that. And don't get me wrong, the other type of actor that I'm talking about can be equally as great. It's just a different style, I think.
Yeah, some
Um,
actors want to challenge themselves more than others.
right. So it's fine. It's kind of like with singers. You're going to get, with certain singers, you're going to get a very specific style every single time,
Right.
whereas others are going to think outside the box a little bit more because they just have um the talent to do so, you know? Um so I'm excited about this. I know it was a weird and complicated road when it came to Jonathan Majors and what was going on with him. But I think if we're in a place where we're all trying to move forward from it, then I think this is a good place to start. So yeah, I think it looks good.
Yeah, I
I'd be
agree.
willing to
Oh,
see it.
sorry. You say you'd be willing to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm going. I'm definitely going to see this. It looks great. It looks like exactly what we were told it was as far as the story.
Mhm.
Because we read about it, we knew about it, but we hadn't seen anything, and
Yeah.
so it looks just like that. It looks like exactly what we read.
Hmm.
The passion is there, the physique is there.
Hmm.
It seems like the emotional content is there. And so I think, yeah, it looks like he did a phenomenal job. And I love that they made sure to show us all of the big companies that had given this the great reviews in the trailer. Is smart because we know that during Sundance and all of the film festivals, it was a smash and they were talking about Oscar nominations. And so I was glad to see that, but that was included in the trailer because I don't feel that he should be stripped of those things. Um, if we're talking about acting, the man can act. And so
Yeah.
let's talk about his acting. And I thought that was really good that
Hmm.
they included that. I was wondering if they would or would not. So I thought it was great that they made sure to put Variety and all the other companies
Hmm.
and the, great things they said about the film. So yeah, I don't have anything bad to say. It looks great. It looks like he busted his ass both in the gym and studying the script and putting his all into the role. So yeah, I'll definitely be
Um,
checking it out.
he wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Word.
I mean, Megan Good was apparently with me shooting in the gym. She's like the definition of you were with me shooting in the gym.
Shrug.
I mean, she stuck with him throughout all of the shenanigans that were happening.
Contract is the contract. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Okay, that's real.
You know. But shout out to my wrinkled brother, Jonathan Majors. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
he love a wrinkled fit.
Well, I'm wrinkled, so that's why I said, perfect time to.
The difference between you and Jonathan Majors is that like you wear like comfortable clothing, like you're more of like a loungewear guy. You're a little bit more sporty. Jonathan Majors will wear a three-piece suit that is wrinkled,
Yeah.
and I just don't understand. I don't. Then maybe just throw on a t-shirt and some sweatpants,
Yeah.
please.
I get it. It's like, yeah, I said I got to wear a suit, right? I wore one, but first I balled it up and crinkled it up first.
Right. His clothes
I left it in a duffel bag with my gym clothes for about 3 weeks before I came to this red carpet event.
his clothes really do be looking like the pile. You know, sometimes you end up with a pile in your closet or wherever you keep your clothes, and you got a pile in the corner, and then
Absolutely.
and then there's a day where you're like, damn it, I think what I need is in that
Bottom
pile.
of that pile, right?
Yeah, that's what his outfits be looking like.
I think he was like, I was at the gym and I had to come here after the gym. So I made sure to roll up my suit and stuff it in my gym bag and get these sets in. I was getting this money and now I got to get to the red carpet. And so I'm here. My suit is tailored. It fits. It's a
Looking
nice suit.
jankety jank. He might as well do what Denzel does. Denzel just be putting on his joggers.
But Denzel could do what he wants at this point. Jonathan Majors hasn't earned that quite yet.
Has he earned wrinkled clothes?
So
Because that's a thing too.
some people some people are saying that since TikTok came back, it feels different.
Yeah, there's all this talk about censorship and
Yeah,
and Meta's watching and I'm sure those things. I'm sure there's validity to those things, right? We know about the sharing of information, especially when it comes to social media platforms, right?
yeah,
That's obvious, and it doesn't go just with social media platforms. It's everywhere, right? You get on a website and it's asking you what are your cookie preferences, and they don't mean chocolate chip.
unfortunately.
So
Because I could go for a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie right now.
I would love to know what that tastes like. But anyway, neither here nor there. So yeah, I've been seeing a lot of creators say this that they feel it feels different. I've even seen creators who didn't return to the app,
Right.
and just went wherever they said they were going. They went there. I think. what I will say, and then I'll shut up so you can talk. But what I will say is that I think no matter what the stunt may have been, right? I think that this helped open things up for creators. And yes, it might feel weird. It's kind of like somebody who I guess quits their job and then goes to a new job on Monday and realize they don't like that job, so they go back to the old job and see if it's still available.
Right.
Um, this feels like that. And yeah, you would be uncomfortable, right? It would be weird because you were like, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. And then
Right.
all of a sudden, now you're back.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's to be expected. I think it was a weird thing that happened,
Yeah.
and something we're not used to. So it's going to feel weird going back to the app, especially because um, the algorithm got turned upside down. So if you went into the app and you looked at your For You page, you were being served a lot of videos that you wouldn't normally see. Um, a lot of people said they had to trick the algorithm by blocking Meta.
Believe that?
Anything,
That
I don't
block meta
know.
thing? I don't believe it.
I don't, cause in my opinion, Meta was watching y'all all along. I don't think Meta is new to, especially because they were saying that Facebook just got a TikTok account. That's not true. Facebook's TikTok account goes back all the way to 2022.
It's nonsense. But this routers article, real quick, it
Hmm.
says users say they are seeing fewer live streams and some activity is being removed or flagged at higher rates for violating community guidelines, including for behavior that was previously permitted. Quote, our policies and algorithms did not change over the weekend, TikTok said in a statement to routers. We are working hard to restore our U.S. operations back to normal and
Hmm.
expect some temporary instability as we restore our services, which could impact TikTok features for users. Oh, excuse me. TikTok features or users' access to the app. But some
Hmm.
users said they now see more content moderation, like limited search results, as well as warnings about misinformation and prompts for users to check their sources. Some claim TikTok was striking comments that used phrases like Free Palestine and Free Luigi, a reference to, well, yeah, I know who.
Now,
TikTok said it does not allow content that promotes violent or hateful individuals on the platform.
I want to address the Free Luigi thing. Free
Okay.
Palestine, I'm not touching that. But I want to address the Free Luigi thing
Okay.
because there is constantly this First Amendment conversation that keeps popping up on what we're allowed to say, what we're not allowed to say. We have First Amendment rights, blah, blah, blah. I've said it before on this podcast that you can say and do whatever it is you want to do, but if you are doing it where, if you're doing it at a privately held company that you don't own, they have a right to curate whatever platform they're trying to curate.
Yes. And
That's,
police that platform.
and police that platform. That is perfectly fine. Now, specifically with Free Luigi, the reason why I even want to address it is because I understand that people may have very strong opinions in one direction or another about the healthcare system in America. I too have very strong opinions about it, right? And people may feel however they feel or not care, maybe apathetic to someone dying at the hands of another person who had an axe to grind with the healthcare system in America. I understand that. I totally understand that. What you cannot do, you can have your feelings, you can have your thoughts, you can even put them out into the world and see where it lands. But what you cannot do, what you have to realize is that you're also promoting or encouraging, supporting is the better word, someone who killed someone else. And an app, a privately held company, is allowed to say, I don't think it's okay for you to support someone who murders.
Um, I'm not gonna touch that one today, but I will ask, has your TikTok experience been different as of late? You're on there more than I am.
Do we take that out?
Oh no. You're allowed to express your opinion. I'm just reserving mine at the moment. Uh as far I already agreed with you as far as the policing. That's why I said and police their platform. Uh I'll address the policing. I'm just not going to address Luigi at the moment.
But
Um
I'm not specifically talking about Luigi and my feelings about Luigi at all. I'm just saying TikTok is allowed to say we don't want to support a murderer.
yeah, I got you. I agreed with that already. I said yeah, and they can police their platforms. Yeah.
Oh, because your response was, well, I don't want to touch that today. And I'm going
Oh,
to
meaning
reserve.
Luigi. Meaning Luigi. But the policing, yeah. That's what I was about to say. I will respond to that. The
Did I
platforms
say
can.
something specifically about Luigi? Like, in my opinion of him, though?
No, you didn't do anything wrong. I just don't want to speak on Luigi at the moment. Um,
Okay.
um, yeah, they can police their platforms as they see fit because we have given them the right to do so when we press agree to the terms and conditions on all of these apps. So if tomorrow any platform decides, hey, you can't say green shirt, well then you can't say green shirt on their platform. You're gonna have to find a workaround. The same thing happened when a lot of people were trying to speak about what they now say is the corn industry on all platforms. It's not corn. They just decided you can't say the word that you want to say. So people decided, okay, we're going to switch out the C. We're going to switch out the P in the beginning of the word and put a C because the workaround has become if I say, hey, I used to work in the corn industry, or here are 5 corn industry secrets you didn't know, then the platforms will allow it. It changes all the time. SA, grape, quote unquote. There's all of these different terms that are constantly decided. Hey, we don't want those words on our platforms. And so you either abide by those rules or you leave the platform. Um, I think the tricky part comes when they do change these things all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you don't have a notice and it's just like, hey, as of today, you can no longer say green shirt, it does make things a little bit tricky because you're like, hey, I've always said green shirt. There hasn't been a problem. What's going on?
Right. I agree with that because I think OnlyFans experienced, there was something with OnlyFans years ago, not recent, where,
YouTube doesn't want us saying those words, by the way. That's a great example.
oh, you're not supposed to say that?
They don't want us to. It's fine. We're not even monetized, but that's an example.
I only bring them up because if I remember correctly, wasn't wasn't OF trying to censor um sex workers?
Can't say that either.
All right, never mind. I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
these are great examples, though.
I'm so
These are
sorry.
great examples. Yes, OF went through a problem because they were trying to change their branding at one point a while back, and they said they were going to start embracing. They worded it in a way that said they were going to start um, embracing other types of creators and try to sift away from SWs, and the quote unquote SWs revolted and they quickly changed that because they were
That
in
was their
fear
bread
of
and butter.
losing all of their money. Right.
Right. So that was a situation where they allowed it
Hmm.
for a significant period of time and then came back and said, actually, we don't want to do this. And so I totally understood when people were like, no, like you guys have benefited from this for so long and
Right.
now you want to change things. I don't really think that's what's happening on TikTok. I think TikTok always had community guidelines. Maybe they've shifted them around and maybe they've changed them a little bit. And yes, do I think that TikTok, when it went down for 12 hours or whatever it was, do I think they made changes to the app? Yes, absolutely. It is their right to do so. But telling us that they didn't make changes or nothing was, or even if they said, you know what, turning it off affects turning it back on, right? Like when you turn it back on, it's not going to be the same app that you curated. It's not going to be the same thing. I would even respect that more than them just saying, no, no. What do you mean things changed?
Right.
That's not because we know that's not true. So,
Well, they did say that and didn't, because like I read, they said, let me see if I still have the thing open. Yeah. They said, we are working hard to restore our US operations back to normal and
mhm,
expect some temporary instability as we restore our services,
mhm.
which could impact TikTok features or users' access to the app. So, they gave y'all a little something. They said we working on it. So I feel like they gave y'all a little something. They just didn't say. Now, did they come out blatantly and say, "Hey, man, things are completely different over here"? No, but they say, "Hey, we need a while to get you back to where you used to be." That's all.
Right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We I think we think sometimes that we have more ownership than we do.
Oh, all the time,
And this
every day, everywhere we go,
and
because
this
niggas
might
act like they own the whole world, and
and
really, we don't own a damn thing.
we don't own any of this. We are we are allowed to be a part of it. We like it may sound cynical, it may sound too realistic, but that is the reality of the situation. I had to actually talk to my nieces a few weeks ago because one of them did say to me, how do you feel about the TikTok ban?" This is before it happened. You know, they're younger. So how do you feel about the TikTok ban? And I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, I probably need to get off Clean Talk anyway. And then they were like, oh my gosh, you think it's okay for TikTok to go away? And I was like, yeah. I mean, if it goes away, like I'm not wishing it, but if it goes away, I'll be fine.
Right.
And they were like, they're violating your freedom of speech. And I had to have a conversation with them and say, that's not what's happening here.
Nope.
I know we would like to think that that's what this is, but somebody owns TikTok. Like TikTok is not given to us by the government. Our taxpayer dollars don't go anywhere near what's happening at TikTok.
Right.
So
Not yet, anyway.
not yet. Um, and I'm sure there's people who know way more than I do and more than you do, and y'all are free to come in our comments and
With
explain
facts,
to
though. With
us with
facts.
facts
Links
and
included, maybe.
with facts and kindness.
Yeah. Good luck with that last part.
But we're totally open to learning if there's something we need to learn that we don't understand. So please tell us if we have it wrong by taking this perspective, or if I have it wrong by taking this perspective, taking this stance on it. But I just feel like I don't know what y'all complaining about because then like go create your own app.
Right. And make sure it's not a privately owned company, because
Right.
on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye. No, we won't see you tomorrow.
Oh, you right.
Monday.
We see y'all on Monday.